Hello. 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 How are you doing? Time to check my microphone because it does not appear to be at the correct level. Love when you check the setting that's like, hey, don't allow any other program or application to mess with this. And it just doesn't care. It does it anyway. It's great. It's alright though. It could be worse, certainly. There are other issues more pressing in the world and such. But hello. I hope you're doing alright today. I'm doing okay. Feeling a bit on the sleepy side. But nothing too horrible. Which is nice. Okay, sure, yep. I got a bear. That was just meant to be a quick little thing as I was running along. Ended up being a bit more involved than I had intended. Only got that done with the another bounty list, which is toys. Like a toiger. There we go. Hello, hello, Eddie. How are you? Hope you're doing alright. Having a good day. And such. Ugh. I am just exploring the frozen wastelands. Frozen tundra. Doing good? Nice. That's good. I basically am just into Kamui, the frozen area. I fought the dude that turned into a wolf and has the sword because it is time to wield the sword. And I haven't gone into the city yet, up here. Counter dodge. Let's do that. So basically, story-wise, yeah, that's basically the most recent thing that I've done story-wise. I've run around the first area in the snow. I haven't gone into any of the other two areas yet. His words tend to not really help me any. That's cool. I like it. I'm into it. Yes, I have had enough. I don't remember if I have enough. QB fight? What is QB fight? Damages enemies, 4 shears. Man sub. Blazes man sub. I'm not gonna. 4 shears? Wave attack. Oh, okay. Oni Island. Oh. That one was cool. I really liked that fight. I didn't realize it for way too long that she was also using brush techniques against me. Or like was like trying to. So that was a really cool addition. And then breaking up the literally the 9 tails into the different basically different enemies that I had to go like hunt down and fight in order to defeat the tail. The technique scroll is generally a lot more helpful. Yeah, it was really cool. I liked the setting. I unfortunately don't remember too much of the soundtrack because I was kind of just focusing on fighting. I'm sure it was fun, but just like the entire setup of the fight was really, really cool and very unique, which I thought was awesome. 4 shears. How much is it? 50? Oh yeah, I'm good. What was I saying? Oh, I was saving up because I wanted to donate this into the pool. Dang it. Well. I really liked the Oki fight. I've heard nothing so far. I won't say more. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm constantly blown away by how much this game just keeps going. It's pretty cool. I definitely thought the Oki fight was really, really cool. I really liked how they transformed into a wolf. Like halfway through. That was a really cool, like, not expecting thing. I really want to have an Amaterasu human form now, because I think that would be dope. I always mix up which menu I'm trying to get into. Yeah, and the sequel in the making. I am very, very, very much hyped for that now. I think Okami is getting into top 5 territory for me. Your level hasn't gone down since 24. There you go. Very nice. I'm sure it will stick the landing based on like everything else so far. But I've been kind of other games that I've come across recently have kind of ruined that for me, where I feel I need to fully go through the game. Cautiously optimistic. Exactly. Mystery knows. Mystery knows. How you doing, Mystery? I really like the story, the art style, the soundtrack is great, the gameplay is pretty incredible. It's just got so much going for it. It turns out to be the worst one. I've had that on my wish list. I completely forgot what it was, but then Steam just like let me know that it came out yesterday. And I saw a couple people playing it on Twitch, but I hadn't really like followed in on anything, how it's going. Frame rate is god-awful? Is that like the main sticking point for people? Or is it just like not a fun game? I remember the trailer looked really epic. It was definitely one of those concerns though of like, okay, did you basically just spend all of your budget on making this trailer really good? Or is this going to be a good game? There was one that we were looking at from the, I think the PC Gamer Showcase that gave me a similar vibe, but I can't remember what it was now. They didn't give review copies. That is generally a sticking point, a rough indicator. It's not like a guarantee one way or the other, but I do very much see and understand how that's like, all right, they didn't do that. What's the deal? Gameplay's pretty bare bones. Oof. How do I... I feel like I need to feed these bats. Yeah, it's also tends to be an issue where it's like you have good artists, but not good designers or good coders necessarily. It's like cover shooter and car driving from what I've seen. Yeah, that's basically what the trailer was. So I don't fully expect them to try and lean into too much more. Is it nighttime? Oh, it's almost nighttime. Let's just speed up that process a little bit. See if the bats come out now. Oh, you're just gonna be up there still? I don't want to attack you, but I'm sorry. Okay, I guess nothing doing on that right now. Oh yes, the endless pit and void. Tribe of the Moon. Okay. Interesting. What? I kind of want to pull up the Steam page or something now and see what they're saying at the moment. If I remember, I pulled it up at one point. Oh, I still can't bust this thing. I pulled it up while I was watching someone stream, and it was saying they were happy because it moved up to mixed reviews. I mean, 8 new digital games. Ooh. What do we got? It's time for Mysteries Random Pickups. It's time for that part of the stream where we see what kind of games Mystery has picked up recently and judge him for all of his choices. Okay. Oh, you burger. Meister Burger. Oh, don't you... You... Fahrenheit. Death and taxes. Arietta of Spirits, the wonderful one after-school hero. Unsighted, Vambrace, Cold Soul, Rive, and Minute. I think I have literally only heard of the last two. I believe. Oh, we're feeding this bear. Let's see what we got. Pull up Steam. Fahrenheit. The obviously superior method of measuring temperature. This is a joke. Indigo Prophecy? Yeah, and Mind's Eye also. Yeah. Good call, good call. This Fahrenheit? Different name in the UK. Okay. Well, it is still called Fahrenheit here, at least. Just Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy. Ah, known as Indigo Prophecy in North America. Interesting. Interactive media. Newly remastered edition features updated textures. Okay, that's whatever. Volume mixer.
I want you to empty your mind and open wide the doors to your unconscious, and let me enter there.
The lady was creepy.
You know there's much more to our universe than can be perceived by the naked eye.
Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be the end of the trailer. Heavy Rain Dem's first game. Oh, okay.
I need you.
Gotcha.
Don't ask me to make a choice between my faith and my brother. I'm not turning myself in until I understand what happened.
When did this game first come out?
We were right to have chosen you.
That lady's face is so good. Oh, jeez. When did this game originally come out? Release date. PS2? 2005. Okay. That makes me feel a whole lot better about the original visuals. Oh, early 2000s games. Yeah, Quantic Dream. Their stuff. What was, we were just talking about it. Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye. Yeah, it's sitting at mix now. Like, this trailer looks pretty solid.
What are you doing here?
Come with me.
What aspect of the Switch 2, Eddie?
First, I thought it was just broken synapses.
Because there's a lot of discussion about it. Oh yeah, Mister, you did come on.
Things. Like a part of me that's been buried down deep feels like it's just knocking to get out. I'll be seeing you around, Charlie. Maybe this is the real me.
The biggest issues that I have with the Switch 2 are their pricing and approach to game selling, especially third-party games. The whole idea of if you buy a physical cartridge, then you still have to download the game. You don't actually get the game with that physical cartridge.
You don't deserve.
Even when size storage on the cartridge itself is not an issue.
It's activating. You're one of them. You're working with them. No, please. What do you mean one of them?
Oh. That, like, pushing him up against the wall there, it was just so, like...
You're one of them. You're working with them. No, please. What do you mean one of them?
It doesn't...
You're working with them. No, please. What do you mean one of them?
Especially with that sound effect of hitting the wall. It doesn't really match up very well. Outrage barely did anything because it's... Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, it's still going to sell amazingly. No matter what, especially in today's market for a lot of things, unfortunately, I don't think sales numbers are that good of an indicator of how well the actual product is doing, because there's a large number of scalpers that are still going in there and trying to get their hands on stuff. But then I've also been seeing people post all over different social medias where there's like, yeah, I just walked into my local Target and they have like 20 of them on the shelf ready to go. It's not like there's a shortage or a difficulty for anyone to get any. I don't know how accurate that is. I've just been seeing some stuff like on social media, like I said, so take that for what it's worth. I personally don't have any, like, I just got the OLED Switch a year or two ago, maybe 3 years ago at this point, 2 years ago, something like that. So I'm in no rush to get a Switch 2, and none of the launch stuff is really particularly interesting to me. So it's not grabbing me. It doesn't really hold that much for me particularly, but I'm also not really the target audience for it. So I'll wait until there's some more things on it that are worth me actually looking into and investing a little bit more into it, I think. 1/3 is in Japan because it's cheaper there. Yeah, waiting for a year to see the real result is definitely the call on how well it's performing, how many people are actually getting their hands on it, because I think looking at, I don't know if there's similar kind of information of like concurrent players on Mario Kart World or something, that'll be a closer indicator, I think, to how well the sales actually did. Because I'm sure there's a number of people that just picked it up to try and resell it because of a perceived low stock amount. Also waiting a year and a half to see what games will be on the console. Doesn't stop me from buying it. Nice. Yeah. Like it looks like they have a number of really solid upgrades from even the OLED model. So it seems like it's a pretty solid piece of hardware. Product refunded. I haven't seen that before, I don't think. Oof. Almost 3 hours they were able to refund it. That's interesting. Could be a direct. Yeah, I don't like, that's another thing that I don't like about this particular launch, is how they're doing the, like, oh yeah, if you get the upgrade version or the Switch 2 version, then you get the Kirby DLC. Like, you need to, I guess it is buying the DLC, which is a common practice and not that far out of the norm or anything. But it just seems like a weird way to market it, as like, oh yeah, get the Switch 2 version and you get the Kirby Forgotten Dreamland or something like that. And that's like the DLC, the next part of it. I haven't looked into it personally very much, but is that available for if you have it on the Switch 1? Is that even an option for you to be able to get the DLC of it? I still need to play there's an upgrade path? Okay, that's good. during the Switch 2 Direct, I think it was, they marketed it as like, oh yeah, get the Switch 2 version that comes with the DLC or whatever. But that just might be like get the deluxe version or whatever. I still need to play the base game of the Kirby Forgotten Dreamland. I think that's what it's called. That's one of the reasons that I got a Switch and just haven't gotten around to actually buying it, because I don't really play my Switch all that much. So it'll also be really cool to get the DLC and play that. The new Decade game also looked very interesting to me. I'm not much of a Splatoon person, but I definitely see more Splatoon being cool for people. Air Riders is definitely one that I want to play. Metroid Prime, I haven't played any of them outside of like demos at like game stores and stuff. So I want to go through and play all of them leading up to that. And Dread, I really, really want to play Dread. Switch 2 is especially good if you don't have the first. Yes. Oh yeah. It's kind of like when people were discussing whether or not to get the OLED model. Like, if you had a original Switch, is it worth buying an OLED just for the upgrade? It's like, no, not really. At this point, like, at that point, it wasn't really all that worth it. Still probably not all that worth it, especially now that the Switch 2's out. But that's primarily what I was hearing from people, was if you have a Switch already, buying the OLED model isn't really worth it. So, like, if you have a Switch or a Switch OLED, buying the Switch 2, maybe not worth it, maybe worth it. Still, jury's still out on that one, but if you don't have one, yeah, go for the Switch 2, of course, why not? First party system for me, yeah, because third party mostly GameCube cards, oh, yeah, of course. There's a couple titles that I might pick up on the Switch versus others. There are a few that I know don't really have like a physical PC version, or it's at least significantly easier to find a Switch physical copy of the game. So I'm starting to look at some of those kind of things more. But then I don't know how that's going to kind of work with a Switch 2, unfortunately. Yeah, exclusive stuff is the main reason that I picked up a Switch OLED in the first place, was to get into some of the exclusive stuff. And then the moment I got it, I was very busy with other stuff, and so didn't get to play all that much, still don't really play all that much. And now the Switch 2 is here, so it's like, it's in a weird spot for me. Oof. I always like it. It's really funny to me when people like give all of this quality, like attempt to qualify their review in such weird ways. It's kind of funny to me. Okami 2 is probably going to get released on Switch 2 as well as yeah. I would definitely going to be looking for it on PC, but that's just my preferred platform and way of playing. But that one might also be a one where I'm like, okay, like I'll pick up the collector's edition on Switch or something. Excuse me. Especially if they have a really cool like Amaterasu statue or something like that. That would be very, very, very cool. Switch to be able to handle Okami 2? Is that what you're asking about, Mystery? Yeah. I feel like it will. I'm let you mention that. I'm curious what the specs are for Okami HD. I don't even want to know what that other thing that popped up was. It's on sale right now. Let's look at recommended. Windows 10, yeah. i7 3770. 8 gigs of RAM, GTX 950. 34 gigs of space. That is, granted, yes, this is a remaster of a game that came out in probably 2002 or something. But I think with the way that they hold, if they stick to a similar kind of art style and method of their game and build and everything, 2006, okay. Should have asked the expert. I think that they definitely can package it into a very similar casing like this, like the original, that will allow it to run more than fine on the Switch 1, let alone the Switch 2. I forgot this opening cinematic. So I definitely think they can do that. Yes, we definitely need more info first, because it is a matter, it does become like an issue of like, okay, the people that are actually developing it, what are they going for? What are they looking at as the value and as the true like soul of Okami? What are they trying to bring forward? Because if a different studio were handling this right now, I could absolutely, unfortunately, see them trying to go like photorealistic and try and like add in a whole bunch of hair physics onto Ami and the water physics and all of these other things, instead of going with this incredibly gorgeous, stylized, painterly kind of aesthetic. I'm obviously hoping that they don't go anywhere near that, but if they keep to this kind of style, especially in certain scenes where they obviously, I don't want to say cut corners, but like they intentionally like left certain things out and like they played some tricks in order to ensure that they didn't need to render as much on screen and such. And so if they keep to that kind of style, they could do really great with it. Are they going to? We don't know yet, like we were saying. A new studio called Clover's doing it. Kamiya founded it. However, we have Kamiya out working on it, which is, yeah. It is like a number of the original devs that are going to be back on the project, if I remember right. Which will be really cool and really helpful. But even with that, are they going to be able to maintain the same fidelity and quality with any sort of overbearing from the people that control the money, essentially, which is a very frustrating and annoying but very realistic aspect of things in today's gaming industry. He's the main for Okami 1. Yeah. So there's some positive elements that make it hopefully that make it give it a positive outlook, but we don't know. Yes, people can change. We don't really know until we see it. Yeah. I don't see there being much change in like a lot of the OG devs necessarily, but there I imagine being a lot of change in the like politics and in the industry and in like the who's holding the money and who's actually calling the shots, that I see being more of the influence at this point. Yeah, I keep expectations in check. I still expect more info. Yeah. That's all we can do is like, yes, that was a really, really hype announcement at the Game Awards, but as a similar kind of example, we still have what, no information about Elder Scrolls 6? And now, how long ago was that announced? So who knows if we'll even see anything about this, and we can just wait until we actually have more information, but just be hype and thrilled that we're actually getting something, and something's in the works, ideally. Right alongside of Silksong. Which, I don't know if anyone else noticed, but was like little teaserly dropped into the new Xbox hardware announcement that Silksong will be playable at launch for the Xbox handheld hardware thing, the ROG Xbox Ally, something like that. Short narrative based game. You assume the role of the Grim Reaper on an office job. Job is to decide which people are going to live or die. The consequences of your choices. Oh, so this is like Papers, Please, but Grim Reaper version.
Our office now has a new and hip concept of time off from work.
What?
Wow. Drink.
Hey again, what can I get you? Sure, what's your poison?
Talk.
Do you know about the butterfly effect? What if I'm that butterfly, haphazardly fluttering around?
Become a plant.
Oh, jeez. This audio is all over the place.
Starting this Halloween. New amenities.
Oh, I
New
really
desk
like that.
mats and
When the
new
like the
amenities.
it's mostly black and white. You have a little bit of pop of color every once in a while, but then also when you actually interact and hover over these different characters, they go grayscale
Desk
or
and stylish
add the color in.
accessories.
I really like that aesthetic.
New
It's a really cool thing.
characters.
Holy non-Euclidean geometry, a speaking squid face. Ha ha.
Halloween update. Nice. I have to keep scrolling back up and see what else was on this list. Arietta of Spirits. Oh. Story-driven action adventure. You need to unveil the mysteries of Spirit Realm and immerse yourself in a story filled with emotion and surprising turns. Excuse me. That was kind of fun. What else? The Wonderful One. Wonderful 101? Wonderful One. After School Hero.
A Platinum Games original. Side-scrolling shooter action. Out now.
Sorry, I gotta run. Things to do.
Play as Luca and become a
Looking
hero.
forward to that cake, though. Really? Luca! Am I really inside a computer?
Is this a
Use your
like a
trusty
Wonderful
stingy eye
101
weapon and clear special
universe thing?
drills. Use the right stick to freely shoot
Oh, it's got
lasers
to
in
be.
any direction.
It's fully that style.
2D shooting has never felt so simple, fun, and intuitive. Blast away a bunch of enemies with your 3 awesome lasers. Switch lasers on the go in a variety of drills.
It was a Kickstarter goal for Wonderful 101.
Fill up your reward gauge and use power-up tickets. and unite morph guards.
Oh, yeah, there they are.
Experience the story in arcade mode. Play your favorite drill in
Remaster
challenge
version. Oh, okay.
mode.
Nice.
Or
That makes
fight against
sense, then.
time for a high score in caravan mode. Upload your scores to online ranking.
A awesome city is in ruins! Somebody, please, help! Clear 'em out!
Luca, move out!
The gameplay looks pretty fun. I don't know as much about like some of the voice acting and those kind of scenes. Didn't seem like they were quite as great, but it was like a decently fun enough game. Can't wait till I play the game. We'll get there. We'll get there. Ooh. This is giving a bit of crosscode. Crosscode and Hyperlate Drifter. Vibes I'm getting from this. Ooh. I got a sneak in. Burn. Puzzles in combat, yep. Whew. Very cool. Metroidvania, Souls-like. Co-op? Interesting. Yeah, this definitely looks like it's... This looks like it could be a crosscode kind of fight right there. 100%. Nice. I'm into that. That's pretty cool. Couple more. That, it scrolled to the next thing, and that really threw me off. I thought something was just breaking. Vambrace Cold Soul. Not... Cold Soul, not... Okay, there we go. What's the difference here? 2025. This one just came out.
Since the Vambrace entered my possession, I have been plagued by unsettling dreams of a ghostly blade cutting me down.
I'm scared to turn it up too much. But I didn't know what you were saying there. Oh, is this kind of like a Darkest Dungeon kind of combat stuff? No. Not quite. But more forgiving? Oh, okay, so it is like that. Nice. Should I wear this? There's a cat girl, of course. Okay. Oh wow, it is like so. It is very much Darkest Dungeon. Okay, got it. It's very quiet. It's kind of weird to me why they have a scrolling camera to go between all the different characters. Nice. There was Rive. Just Rive. Right? Wasn't it? I know Minute was another one. This one was a fun little title I've heard good things about. Yeah, Rive. Was this one where you had... Yeah, 1 minute at a time. Yeah, okay. It's literally a minute every time, but you try and, like, use the information gathered to unlock farther mysteries or farther elements of the game. It's a very interesting concept. Pretty cool. It's a very interesting and very unique approach to like a roguelike. Which I think is really cool. Rive? It wasn't coming up. Let's just Google's Rive game. Is it this one? Wreck, hack, die, retry?
Welcome aboard, sir.
Go away, robot.
Okay, now we're back to loud trailers. Maybe I wasn't thinking of the right game? I was thinking of like a somewhat similar game, but not in this. Must be that for PC. Like this is the game though that you picked up. Just probably titled something different. Maybe that's another US UK thing. All right.
Rive is available now on PlayStation 4 and Steam.
Huh. 6-hour campaign. That's an interesting like title piece to include.
Feeling disoriented?
You messed with the warp station, didn't you?
Of course. I control everything here. Don't try to escape again, because you can't.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Oh yeah, you dumb. Interesting. Not sure what I had in mind necessarily. Curious. Now we're just chilling with this bear. Probably get more next time? Yeah, probably. Bought both Mega Man X Legacy collections 2 days ago. Ooh. Stopped during X4. Did you get? Oh, did you already get through X1, 2, and 3? Fire! Gimme. Anything buried around here? Nothing really. Alright, I think that was everything in here. There was something back there, right? Like completely forgotten now. Oh, okay, yeah, it was that I can't do yet. I still really need to pick up, well, both NT Warrior Collection and the the Zero Collection. That was it. It was Z and ZX. So I really want to go through those again. Oh, did we make it just in time for nightfall again? Ooh, bunny rabbits. Nope. Okay. Played X1, 2, and 3 some time ago. Beat 2 bosses in X4. Then the game crashed. Save deleted and oh no. Nice. I've gotten... There was a period, to be fully honest, there was a period where it was like, oh my gosh, you're emulating it? Ugh, that's gross. Like, play the game legit or don't play it at all or whatever nonsense was drilled into my head. Which truly is just nonsense, really. Like, play the game how you can and want to play the game. I'm glad I have seen the light. Have Zero ZX collection on Steam. Oh, nice. Yeah, it keeps going on sale. I just am budgeting other things or whatever else at a time, so I just haven't gotten around to pick it up. But like I said, it keeps going on sale, so I'll definitely pick it up sometime. The mark of the protection of the Uina tribe here in Kamui. Let's forget about this place. We got better things to do. What do you mean? What? Well, quickly, I beat... Oh. Thank you, Moonlight. Web Spider, Cyber Peacock, and maybe Storm Owl? I don't remember that well. Is that from, like, 01? 01. The first Zero. Oh, hello. Oh, in X4. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm not as familiar with the X series. I played a bit of it. Like I played, like, again, demos here and there for the X series. But I don't really, like, understand why either. I was always much more interested in the Zero series than playing as X. Even base. Like, I never really got into base. I just always wanted to play Zero. I like a bunch of the X-Men games, or X-Men, Mega Man games. I combined Mega Man X and Mega Man. Always liked a bunch of them, but I guess I like the aesthetic and the setting in the world and everything. It's Wily Power. Oh. I was trying to look over the edge to see if there was something down below. But instead, I enter the city, Wepkir. Whoa. It's like the whole village has been frozen solid. I wonder if anyone's still alive. Uh-oh. That's unfortunate. A snowball? They don't have a snowball's chance in Wepkir. We got better things to do. I can't even read a sign? What do you mean? Oh my gosh. I heard some people talking about it, but I completely forgot now that I'm... like, the latest... I think it was a Discord update where now... Oh yeah, right. It doesn't automatically turn on streamer mode whenever you open up OBS or any other kind of streaming or recording software. So apologies if I jump scared anyone with the Discord notification. I will fix that momentarily. I not supposed to be up here? The Rainbow Road video. That was one of those, like... Oh, okay, we're just going to daytime. That scared me for a second. That was one of those, like... I don't even remember if I would have remembered seeing that. How retro that is at this point. It's like one of those way too far back in the brain that I don't even have the neurons to connect anymore for that. But it definitely sure was something. That's for sure, certain. I don't think I had 100 already. Over 100, that much. Oh, okay. This is steeps. Oh, there you are. I knew I saw something to dig up. Oh my gosh, Ami Torasu. Oh man. I'm getting turned around in this city because I'm just going wherever. Yeah, better things to do. What do we gotta do? You tell me right now, young man. I don't know where that needs to go just yet. But I know where I need to go. And that is to break time. Because I need to get up and stretch and move my legs around a little bit. And apparently I need to get a lot more water. So I'm going to do that. I recommend you do the same if you can and or want to. We will be back in just a moment. See you soon. Hello, I am back just in time for the changing of the season. Hello. And I've got water to hopefully help with this cough that's been going on. For a weird reason. I enjoy that I can just bust open any rock. That looks like there should be something up there, doesn't it? Can I not land on this? Well, apparently not. What? There's no merchant here? What are you doing? You slacker. Oh. Can't go into these places. No one's home. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, come back. I think I just need one more now. Oh, where are you? There. Oh, okay. I can't even land on it. Good to know. Nope, not this way. Here. Oh. What's over here? Nothing I can do right now. Oh. Sheep? What do sheep eat? Diggity dig. I'm on the terrasu and I'm digging a hole. Get a midnight snack. Nice, nice. Welcome back. What'd you pick up? What you got? What's your snack of choice? Whenever I'm grabbing something late night, I tend to go towards cheese of some sort. So like a cheese stick, or just like slice myself off a block, like a couple slices from a block of cheese. Maybe melt it onto a tortilla and have a nice little roll up, a wrap of some sort, mini quesadilla. Slice of brioche, nice, nice. Very good. Oh, excuse me, man. I don't know what is going on. With a word that I don't even know how to try to pronounce. Noculata? Noculata? I have to look this up. What is this? What do my American eyes see before me? What is... Oh. A hazelnut spread. Okay. Extra creamy. Oh yeah. Oil-free and gluten-free. Nice. No ciolata. No ciolata. Nice. Extra tasty too. Nice. We have Nutella here in the States, which is a similar kind of thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really know how international that is. That was, at least for a while, that was like the thing that everyone got. Everyone was talking about it, and everyone was crazy for it. And then it just kind of fell off. People aren't all that hype about it anymore. Which is kind of interesting. We also have Nutella here in France. Don't worry. Okay. Is Nocciolata better than Nutella? In your opinion? Not trying to get anyone canceled or nothing. Tastes better? Yes? Nice. Very cool. I do recognize that there is, like... From my understanding, I haven't left the States, unfortunately. I would love to leave the States and go visit other countries and other cultures and everything. But as an example, from what I hear, a lot of European chocolate, or I guess American's chocolate, is significantly more sweet and rich compared to European chocolate, which a lot of Europeans really, really dislike, like Hershey's, for example, because of that difference in it. And it's like too sugary. I could be wrong in that too. That's just what I've heard. But as a... I'm trying to dig. But as a... American myself that has only ever been raised on and experienced the super sugary chocolates, that is absolutely something I prefer. Nutella is still the default coconut spread. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Never ate Hershey's. See, that's a wild thing to me. Of course, again, being American, born and raised, and spent my entire life here so far, I know that for a long time, I thought Hershey's was like, yeah, basically synonymous with chocolate. Like, if someone was like, oh yeah, do you want some chocolate? They'd be like, oh yeah, there's Hershey's. Because that's like... It'd be like saying, oh yeah, Nutella, instead of, oh, would you like some hazelnut spread? In a sense. Like, it was just, yeah, you know Hershey's chocolate. Cadbury's? So, Cadbury's, I think still, at least a version of it, is banned here in the States. But we do have a different version now. But that was something that I didn't learn about until much, much later in my life. Like, until I went to university. I'm sure it's around. Like, I'm sure it's been around for as long as Cadbury's has been around. But it's not... It is nowhere near, like, a common chocolate style here in the States. I've seen it a lot more now, but also I'm, like, aware of it. So I know, like, if I'm looking at a bunch of chocolate in a store, Cadbury's sticks out as a thing that exists now. Whereas when I was much younger, I didn't even know it was a thing. I'm sure you know Nerds. Oh, yeah. Nerds were my favorite. Well, actually, I think this is a US-UK differentiation as well. I don't know, like... So, hold on. Back to the drawing board. We have Belgian and Swiss chocolate in France as neighbors. Makes sense. Yeah. Like, a lot of... That's the... I think it's Swiss chocolate that I hear more about from Europeans. But... It's definitely not... Lost my train of thought completely with that sentence. Reminds me of Mountain Dew. The US version is banned here in Europe. Oh my gosh, really? That's wild. I mean, it makes sense. It should be banned here, but... so this is Nerds here. It's just like these tiny... These are tiny. When I mean tiny, I mean like the pupil of your eye size. They're just like these little, like, oddly shaped. You love them? Yeah, they're great. I don't think they do it anymore, but at Dairy Queen, there was a Nerds Blizzard, and it's literally just pick a candy, like a Blizzard, if you don't know, or have Dairy Queen around. Their Blizzard is just pick a candy, and then we will swirl it into soft serve ice cream, and it's basically like a little like milkshake kind of thing at that point. And I loved getting the Nerds Blizzard, but it was my favorite thing to get. They stopped using Nerds, and I don't understand it. The best viewers! Best viewers! Oh my god, yes! Oh, so good. And they're adding someone who I don't... Maybe a lurker or something? Bye, Expo. Sorry, I think it's funny whenever those bots come by, personally. I understand it's just disruptive, but I think it's funny. Not cheap this time? Was it not cheap? I didn't even look. I just saw the link come up and I didn't even pay attention. I was like, yes, they're here. AI mode. No, what? No, what? What is that? No, Google, ew. Stop that. European nerds. Are they the same? Have you ever heard of a show called Pantheon? I think so. Animated show? No, I have not. If this is what you're talking about, I have not heard of this. What am I thinking of? I thought there was a... Is it these? Watching it recently is quite good. Nice. I was thinking of like a live action, something completely different. So this looks kind of interesting. A clever show with some incredible story arcs, moral dilemmas, and philosophical questions which it asks quickly and frequently. Bullet Team Maddie begins receiving messages from a mysterious stranger that claims to be her recently deceased father, David. His consciousness has been uploaded to the cloud after an experimental brain scan, and it turns out he's not the only one. Interesting. That is an interesting concept. So the Mountain Dew has brominated vegetable oil. It's a carcinogen? Oh. Mountain Dew brominated vegetable oil? Oh. These Runs Candy sucks. I was trying to, like... There was something that was... I'm sure there's millions of things. But I was trying to... There was a different candy, like a colorful candy like this, or like Nerds, that was called something different in Europe. Like my original thought was Europeans called our Nerds runts or something along those lines. I think runts are like okay, they're not garbage, they're okay, but the banana ones are awful. I don't tend to like banana flavored candy though. Apparently this person loves it. I don't like banana flavored candies. I think they're awful. Personally. Go away, AI. What does this say? PepsiCo pulls contentious BVO from Mountain Dew, but it isn't a flame retardant? What? The claim Mountain Dew for years included a dangerous chemical that's also used as a flame retardant. That ingredient has recently been removed. Claims are circulated on the internet. It's a lemon lime soda? No. Mountain Dew is its own radioactive flavor. Don't try and sell me that it's lemon lime soda. Brominated vegetable oil is also used as a flame retardant. Facebook post. Toxic chemicals banned in many countries because it competes with iodine for receptor sites in the body, which can lead to hypothyroidism, autoimmune disease, and cancer. A main ingredient of BVO, bromine, is a poisonous, corrosive chemical that has been linked in major organ damage, birth defects, and other medical issues. Whose link in the Facebook post no longer works. There's a flame retardant in Mountain Dew. Banned as a food additive in Europe and Japan. Led to medical issues, yeah. I mean, that's just... Shouldn't be drinking that much soda regardless. I know I'm not the poster child for advocating for that, but that's okay. This month saying... She had emailed PepsiCo, which makes Mountain Dew, and received confirmation that the company has removed BVO as an ingredient for Mountain Dew. Clark did not return a request for comment. Oh yeah, I'm not wrong. It's like if you were to say Monster has a lemon lime energy drink. Monster just is his own flavor. It's all true except for the flame retardant part. Beverages. Works as an emulsifier, particularly in beverages. It uses citrus oil, keeps the citrus oils from floating to the top of the drink. So it's supposed to uniformly disperse all of the oil in the soda. Generally recognized as safe designation from the FDA. Can be used safely on an interim basis. Nitswits? I have no idea what Nitswits is. What is a Nitswits? Nitwits. Nitwits candy? Yeah, that looks like Runts. That's basically exactly Runts. I have never heard of them being called Nitwits before. Interesting. Mango Monster, Cranberry Monster, Pomegranate Monster. Okay, yes. I'm referring to OG Monster. Like the green can that was that was claimed to be satanic imagery by a bunch of individuals. This lad right here. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Mega Monster, the original Monster. This, there is no way I can describe this other than just it tastes like Monster. That's all I can say about this. I don't know what you can... Yes, there are loads of other flavors now that actually have... There we go. This one, Pacific Punch? Pipeline Punch? Is that a different one? Oops. I haven't even... Aussie Lemonade? Which one's Pacific Punch? Ultra Rosa? Ultra Paradise. So ultra. Mixed. Ultra watermelon. Chaotic juiced. Drank them all. Oh yeah, I've sampled so many of these. Oh, there's Pipeline Punch. Okay. I was Pacific Punch. That was my go-to because that Pacific Punch, it literally tastes exactly like Hawaiian Punch, like any sort of fruit punch drink. It was pretty much exactly that. That one I really liked. I think I've tried all of these. Maybe not by these names. I don't know what Ripper is. I don't think I've tried Ripper before. I haven't had my Aussie lemonade. That sounds like it could be fun. The Doctor? I have no idea what that is. The OG and Zero Sugar were the only ones I've ever drank. Zero Sugar, I was on Zero Sugar stuff for a while to try and reduce the negative effects. I'm sure it's still awful and replaced by a bunch of other awfulness and all of that, but it at least reduced my sugar intake and my calorie intake by drinking the OG version. So that's what I was going for mostly. Yeah, I tried most of them. Is this one on here? What's this one? Lewis Hamilton? Never heard of Lewis Hamilton. Mango Loco? Mango Loco is pretty good. I need to get one of those ranking the tier charts, and we'll just go through monster drinks at this point. Doctor is a special can for Valentino Rossi. Interesting. Mango Loco, I tried a few of those. For a long time, I'm sorry. Who or what is Lewis Hamilton? Oh, yeah, I'm not a racing fan. I apologize. Formula One? Okay. Yeah, I definitely, like, of the very limited racing that I have ever watched or checked out before, F1 has never really been a thing for me, an interest for me, unfortunately. Greatest of all F1 drivers. Very nice. But the real question, how good is his monster flavor? That's the real criteria here. Greatest F1 driver? Sweet. What's his monster taste like? And you can take that to sound however you want that to sound. Tastes good? Cool. All right. Okay. All right. All right, Lewis Hamilton, my apologies. My bad there. In that case, I apologize sincerely. If your monster flavor was garbage, then we might have had a talk, but apparently it's a good flavor, so for no sugar one, it's honest work. There you go. I don't know why I really like that review of that monster flavor, it's honest work there. I like that. Ultra Paradise, that was another one that I would get a lot of. Kind of sour apple flavor, which is one of my favorites. Aussie Lemonade sounds interesting. Oh, Aussie Style Lemonade. Pacific Punch. The Doctor. This blue one, I never really liked the blue one very much. I would get it every once in a while, but it definitely wasn't my go-to if I could avoid it. That makes it sound bad. Valentino Rossi is one of the greatest MotoGP drivers of all time. Italian. Can I edit this one? No. Go to template. There we go. Discontinue before I got to try. I can't even read what this one is. This one is great. That one's like a watermelon. I don't know what this one is. That one's great for me. That one's meh. Peach Keen? I'm not a big peach guy. I like orange. I'm mostly just going off of like vibes of what I remember to quickly blaze through this. And also it's like difficult to see what some of them are. Oh, any Java is... I hate coffee flavor. I hate coffee. It makes me actually nauseous. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Java, nope. That one's meh. Java, nope. Juice. Never tried. That one's God tier. That one's great. I don't know what that one is. That one's pretty good. I don't know what these are. I'm gonna fill up this never tried. And here I thought I was a connoisseur of Monster. I'm sure plenty of my friends thought I was much more of a connoisseur of Monster than this would make it out to be. That one's good. I think that one's good. I don't think I recognize any of these. What are... Some of these cans just look... That's one of the things that did initially draw me to Monster a lot more, is that... Oh, the Nitro, that was crazy. I don't think I tried this one. I was definitely a successful target of the marketing of the... Ooh, this one was pretty good. I like this one. What is this? What is this? Oh no, F tier for watermelon? I like watermelon flavored stuff. I can't even tell what most of this stuff is, so I was just kind of throwing stuff up there for a little bit. Half is true for me when it comes to coffee. I like it, but it makes me want to barf. I can't do it. I recognize that I am in a massive minority in this. But I can't even take the smell of it. It smells awful to me. I don't like the smell. I don't like the taste. It just makes me sick. And, like, I want to enjoy it more because for my health, I don't want to be drinking as much energy drinks. And so I know there's other alternatives and everything, but the one that works and is most cost effective and everything for me right now is just getting an energy drink. And I try to get like 0 sugar or low calorie versions to try and offset that somewhat. And then you also got like meeting up with people. It's so much easier if it's like, oh yeah, let's just go grab a drink of coffee or something. But instead, I'm like, no, that will make me throw up. All two goes there. This is the house of the village elder. If you need something from the elder, you must go through me. I'm Samickle the Pickle, top warrior of the Oina tribe. Hello, Samickle. Oina warrior, Samickle. Sheesh, what does this guy think he is? I think he thinks that he's Samickle, warrior of the Oina tribe. At least we finally met someone from the village. So what are you doing standing around in the middle of this blizzard? Huh? That grating voice, is it you, Isun? What in the world are you doing with that strange white wolf? That's none of your business, pal. Anyway, what's with this village? It's a total mess. Is it true that demons have taken over Ezofuji? You must have been gone for some time if you don't know that. Save your questions for when you get back to your own village. That is, of course, if it hasn't already been buried by all the snow. Oh, and take that suspicious wolf with you, too. Why, you little... We're done talking to you. Let us into the chief's house now. No, you may not pass. We normally don't even let strangers into the village, and I've told the villagers not to let them into their houses. They will obey me, for I am Samikol, chief of Wepkir. Now be on your way. Oh, let's do this. Let's throw down. But first, I want to check out if there's anything else over here. Doesn't really look like it. It's go time. Hold on, you chief? What happened to the old man Camu? He didn't buy the farm, did he? Oh, we are inside each other's faces. Fool, of course he's still alive, but he's been greatly weakened battling the demons. Now their hideous monsters are trying to finish him off, since only the Elder's volcanic incantation can foil their plans. That is why I became chief of the village. I must protect the Elder from the monsters lurking in every corner. Now be on your way. Nope. Let us by. You want us to make you? I sense extraordinary power in this white wolf, but if you do not heed my warning, I'll devour you where you stand. Now be on your way. Still as stubborn as a mule, I see. Come on, Ami, I've had it with his village. Okay, now we're just back to the same dialogue. Be gone at once. Okay. I mean, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. That leads to Ezofuji, a pair of sacred mountains. I bet the gate's shut tight to keep the demons out. Okay. So what am I supposed to do? Can't really do too much. I haven't upgraded the astral pouch at all. I haven't used the astral pouch at all. Whoa. So the whole village has been frozen solid. Thanks, Isun. Kamui is a harsh land. Managed foe. Sacred Ezofuji. Mountains. Those demons. Demons. Summit. Broke free. Assault. Intense. Wasteland. Okay. Cool. Tribute of the Moon. After decades of internal debate, I've decided to write about the man who spoke to me regarding the celestial plane's destruction. I shall endeavor to shoulder the heavy burden of that man's fate. My brush shall act as a bridge to the shadowy past. The man had identified himself as a member of the Moon Tribe. The idea of life thriving on that desolate rock is mind-boggling. Furthermore, their civilization has far surpassed our own. Most of their ranks succumbed to death, but this man had fled. He was silent on the topic of why his civilization was destroyed. What business could the Golden Tribe of the Moon have with us? I gaze into the distance, knowing the answer cannot evade me forever. Did you hear the... Oh, yeah. I heard the first one's getting a remake by the Bloomberg team? Blumhouse, that's it. That same... that did the 2 remake. Yeah, just do that. Do that. Counter dodge god techniques. Yeah. I'm it's cool, but I'm also already fed up with hearing like Silent Hill fans being like upset about how they handled 2. I mean, like, oh yeah, it's not like they didn't get the vibe right, they didn't get they didn't keep it true to it and whatever else. I'm like, a lot of people, like fans that I've been watching, have all enjoyed the remake. It's not 100% the same, but they enjoyed it. It's a good time. I don't maybe reach more people than 2. Yeah. Ignore them. Yeah. That is the ideal, of course. Unfortunately, a good friend of mine is one of those that completely is boycotting the game for the sole purpose of he believes it does not it will not be able to capture the soul of the original, and he has a very he holds the original in high esteem for himself. It's an important game to him, so play it for yourself and then judge. I don't think I will ever play any Silent Hill game for myself. I don't think those are ones that are ever on my list. I have watched full playthroughs of original 1, 2, and 3 and the remake of 2 now. I think it still holds the same aesthetic, the same vibe, the same spirit of the original. I think they changed a number of things. It's definitely more of a modernized version, but I think it's a pretty solid and true remake, personally. And I think they'll do a pretty solid job with 1 also. As a complete outsider who has only come to Silent Hill acknowledgement and awareness recently, I personally don't understand the fandom as much. This is also coming from someone who is not a horror game enjoyer or player in any capacity. The point of me not getting it, though, is like, 1 is its own story. 2 says, forget all of that nonsense, we're going to go someplace completely different. And then 3 comes back to 1 and continues all that story. And then you continue on with other titles, and it's completely unrelated. Some of them, at least. So I don't get it, because originally I thought that the lore of 2 existed, and it was like Silent Hill was a place that you go to and experience a specific type of experience there. But then I learned about 1 and 3, and it's completely different. And then all the other like mobile iterations and whatever else, and there's a totally different thing now too. I was like, what? And for some reason, 2 is the one that, like, yeah, the fandom holds 2 in very high regard. I don't. It's just weird to me to pick up on that one, which is seemingly not connected to literally any other game in the entire franchise, from my understanding, which could be wrong. Mega Man fans loved hating X7. Apparently it's garbage, and from what I've seen, it is indeed. Well, at least it actually is garbage. The remake, just people are hating on the remake for I don't know what. 1 and 3 are connected. Yeah. It's like a continuation of the actual story, and I think some of the other ones touch on that story too. The other games aren't the best. Yeah. 2 has a standalone story, but has a story that resonated with many people. I guess that's it. I guess. Again, like, I have zero nostalgia. I had no idea that Silent Hill was a thing back when Silent Hill was coming out originally. And even now, I have zero interest or investment into it because I'm not into that kind of genre. One of the biggest things, though, that bothers me about people that are upset about the remake is the combat. And I don't know how to articulate this conversation. And, like, I don't understand the argument, so I can't, like, accurately discuss it right now. I've just heard that, like, they hate the way that they did the combat in the remake, and I don't get it. It's, like, I don't understand. But also, I haven't played the game, so some of the people, especially on the internet, they'll be like, oh, well, you haven't played the game, so you have no idea what... It's like, shush. Anyway, you just aren't big on scares or don't get scared. Both, kind of. Like, so I played the Dead Space remake. Yeah, I played that, for example. Not exactly the same vibe or anything, but it still has that like horror genre to an extent, right? After the first like one, maybe two, I knew exactly when a jump scare was coming, and I hated it every time. It didn't make me jump. I was just like, okay, yeah, he's gonna pop out of this thing right here. Cool. So like, I tend to get more bored because let me horror is from a number, like I've spoken with horror fans, people that hate horror, people that are indifferent about it, horror devs, etc. Like I've talked to a number of different people about this, and horror is a like so unbelievably difficult genre to get right, because there are going to be so many different types of people that experience the same thing in different ways. Not just talking about jump scares, like the I don't remember her name. It's not Ashley. Is it Ashley? Ashley in Silent Hill 2? Like, her story is going to impact every single person in a different way. Some people are going to have like a fear reaction, like that is genuinely not traumatizing, but like that is speaking to me. That is plugging on my heartstrings. That is eliciting a response within me. Hi, Sprout. You're eliciting a response within me too. So there's so many different ways that needs to be handled in order to be done right and done in a way that is effective for a wide enough range of people, because it is very, very hit and miss. It is very fine line to be walking in order to do horror correctly. And I think for me, that has caused me to see enough of the tropes and enough of the like triggers that are coming up, especially in a game, where it doesn't affect me in the same way, because so many of them are trying to build off of similar concepts and ideas that I can see the through line a lot more easily. And so it just kind of bores me. Or just like, especially the concept, the like, horror movies are the thing that kind of started this, I think, for me, because one of the things, doesn't that apply to movies as well? Perfect timing, Eddie. So movies were one of the things that I noticed this, especially initially. It would just annoy me every single time there's like the killer is walking slowly down a hallway with an axe, just slowly lumbering after the person running away. Okay. I'm gonna get heated talking about this. The killer's coming from that direction, right? I'm sitting here fiddling with a lock, and then this happens in movies way too much. And trips. Fiddling with a lock, and then I hear the killer coming behind me. So I turn around and stare at him. I'm like, oh no, the killer! Ah! All right, I need to unlock this door now. And then I get through when he's like right there. And it's like, okay, why are we spending 5 minutes staring at the killer when we could just be unlocking the door still, or trying to start the car, or running away? And with the trips, every single time in a movie, when one of them trips and falls over, they have to be on the ground, scrambling a little bit, and then they turn around, and they're like, oh no, get up, keep running, keep scrambling, get away, what are you doing? And then it's like, oh yeah, let's split up and look for clues. the classic Scooby-Doo mantra, where it's like, at least in Scooby-Doo, they went off in pairs, at least most of the time. Sometimes they went solo, but that's a cartoon and like more child-friendly, not, I wouldn't call Scooby-Doo a horror genre in any capacity. Anyway. They're like, oh yeah, let's go one by one into these dark, secluded areas in a place that we are completely unfamiliar with, and let's see what happened. It's like, there's literally a killer in the building with you. Don't split up. It's just... they tend to bother me more, is the moral of this discussion. Like, the things that in games you are forced to go down this hallway, you have to go like limping for a little bit because your health is low, and you just fell down like 3 stories of a building through a rickety floorboard because that's the only way that you were going. It's the only possible route you could have taken. I've played games too where it's like there's literally my camera is a room and there is a hole here, and I walk around here, and because I hit a trigger, I am now falling through the hole right here because there's a scripted trigger that I just need to go down that hole. Like, I wasn't trying to go anywhere near that hole. I don't need to go near that hole. Why am I suddenly falling down this building? I apologize for this rant. They tend to bother me a lot. And so that's the one half of it. It doesn't scare me, it annoys me, and it bothers me more often. I just get bored because like I can see so much of it coming, and it's like, okay, like, sure, your leg hurts, but if you are that terrified, your adrenaline is going to be pumping enough that you can keep moving. You don't have to be limping right now, especially when there's a murderer standing right behind you. So that's the one half of the argument. The other half of the argument is I don't like that sensation. Like the feeling of being terrified, crazy thing to think about, but I don't enjoy feeling that sensation. I don't enjoy that emotion inside me. That is not a good and happy feeling. So when I am going to like watch a movie or play a game, I would like to escape from things and feelings like that. So if the horror game or the horror movie does a good job at its job of making me be afraid or unsettled or whatever, I don't want to feel that. So why would I go out seeking that? Not to mention the fact that even in most of the good ones that I've seen, they still have a lot of those tropes that bother me so much. So I'm just going to be bored, annoyed, or unsettled and scared. And I don't want to feel any of those things. So I tend to avoid the genre as a result, which is a very long-winded response. Why not have a different mindset to it? The gameplay loop or characters or stories, perhaps? I don't know what you mean by that. That was also, I recognize, a bit ago, so that might not, that message might not apply as much anymore, but I don't exactly know what you mean by that. Have a different mindset to it. It doesn't apply to movies as well. Maybe that's why I thought Paranormal Activity was garbager than garbage. Maybe it doesn't appeal. Yeah, so again, this is all my feelings, my reaction, my personal take to this. I understand that loads of people love going to movies specifically for that sensation, that fear, that unsettlingness. Like, they love that stuff. That is what they enjoy, and that's great for them. I am glad that they have that kind of content available for them. It is not for me. I don't enjoy that like sensation or that kind of genre. Personally, that is I'm not trying to say that horror movies or games are bad because of these things. They are not for me in any capacity. Horror movies can be hit and miss. Yes, it goes back to, it is a very, very difficult thing to get right. I have some very good friends that are massive horror game and movie fans, and we went and saw Sinners which is a great movie. I really enjoyed Sinners. But there were some trailers before it that were for horror movies that were coming out, and we were just laughing at them because it was one of those things where it's like, you didn't quite get it right, I don't think. Invested in the characters more, and the scares are just there as a bonus. See, like, I don't enjoy the scares. That's a me thing. I don't enjoy that feeling. And, like, the jump scares especially, those just feel very, like, cheap to me. And for me, I tend to get, like, oh, like, why did you have to just play that one, like violin pluck 10 decibels higher than everything else that, like, we were in a very quiet, like, very sneaky section, and then all of a sudden, like, the very loud sound, the very, like, the horror sting happens, and I'm like, of course I'm gonna jump for that. Like, it was unexpected, and it was a loud, sudden noise. Statistically speaking, it's better to split up. More often than not, more people survive. While if they didn't split up, they'd all be dead. I'm saying, like, split up one person and they, like, completely fan out and have no way to communicate or anything like that. If it is statistically, like, that doesn't make any sense to me personally. I don't understand how, statistically speaking, splitting up into every single individual goes off on their own. Especially with no plan to, like, check back in or, like, hey, let's go out for 5 minutes or whatever. Like, if you're in, like, a shack, go out for 5 minutes and then come back and we will report on what we found. If someone didn't come back, we know which direction they went and roughly where they should be at this point, and then we can follow up on that. Some French YouTuber made stats for this. Okay. Was it stats for individually going out? Because I can get behind splitting up into small groups. I can get behind that. They way too frequently just go off one by one, though. Which is... yeah, I don't see it. If you got a link to that video, I don't know about that. Okay, if you got a link to it, I'd be interested to see... Not him. Okay, fair enough. I didn't know how how into the video you got with it or anything. So, like, if you had the information or if you have the link, I would be interested to see the statistics of that, because I don't understand it. I don't agree. I might not be able to understand what they're saying if it's a French video, but I'm sure there's some closed captioning that I can pull up and stuff. Previous context: if you get bored from the scares, then maybe the story and the characters, the gameplay loop could keep you entertained. So that is the reason that I finished Dead Space, was because I was enjoying shooting the monsters and, like, I wanted to see what was happening with the story. So yeah, like, I enjoyed those elements of Dead Space. I did not enjoy the horror elements of Dead Space. Like, I just wanted it to be not necessarily Halo, but, like, a lot of the other things. For me, the horror aspect of it got in the way of my enjoyment of the rest of the game, because it was a bunch of things where it was like, way too many times I would enter a room and I would be in the doorframe of the room and I would just kind of sigh. I'd just be like, just be exhausted. It's just like, oh, come on. Because I know exactly what's going to happen when I enter this room. I'm going to get to a certain point in this room, which I think I can see right there because that's the object I need to pick up. And as soon as I interact with that, all of the lights are going to go off and then things are going to start coming out of the walls. And, like, I won't be able to see most of them until I, like, point my light at them, which isn't bad. Like, it's not necessarily a bad game mechanic. It's just, it felt like it was trying to scare me more, and I didn't feel scared. I was just like, okay, here's what's happening. Lights are going to go off. I need to check exactly these locations because I can see the spawn points in the game world. I know where these enemies are going to be able to spawn from. And so I check all of those, and I just have to wait for them to show up, kill them, like chop off their limbs in a certain order, and then stomp them. So it became too systematic. It became too much that I could break down everything that happened, and because I wasn't feeling any sort of fear or panic, or like I wasn't engaged in the horror aspect of it, which I think would have scrambled that logic for me, I was able to just line by line go through every step of every combat fight and just go through it, where I believe the intention is for me to get frazzled and for me to panic a little bit because I'm feeling afraid or I'm getting jump scared or whatever. It's like, oh, okay, what do I do now? I don't know what happened. And like, you just fire off sporadically. But for me, it was like, okay, I have to wait for the 7th wave of this same enemy type to come through and chop off its legs and then stomp it, and then do that until all of them are dead. So that all... very conveniently, as soon as I beat the 5th wave of these enemies, the lights are going to come back on, and I'll be able to continue with the story as intended. And so it just became more of a checklist than a gameplay experience. I don't know if that comes across exactly what I experience. And again, this is one example, because I don't really tend to play horror games because I don't enjoy them as much. I get this same like level experience, this same like breakdown. Resident Evil is basically that way. I don't think I've played any Resident Evil games. No, that's not true. I like rented a couple of them. People don't get scared with Resident Evil. It's more survival horror with management of your ammo and gear. I think any game can be like that. That is a very valid point. I very much understand and agree. And because I'm looking at Okami right now, I see exactly what you're saying. Like, I go in, like, I know exactly where the enemy fights are, because they're literally the tapestries that are floating around. Or when I go into a new area, if it's like a wide open area on the map, I can assume that there's going to be a new enemy type introduced there. I think what's more interesting for me... That is a good point. I don't know... I'm now analyzing in real time what it is that makes something like Okami different from Dead Space for me. Because Okami is incredibly more scripted. Of like, you know exactly when an encounter is going to happen. You know exactly when the next story beat is coming up. It is very clearly laid out and put right in front of you. So that is an interesting point of why is it that Okami speaks to me and like I engage with it so much better than Dead Space. Art style, gameplay, music, characters. Those is what made it different. Those are different elements. Those are elements that are different from these two. I agree with that. Those are, I would not say that those are what grabs, like what affects me differently. They may be different, but at the core, it has gameplay cores that you feel that are similar. Yes. So like, in both Dead Space and Okami, starting out, you encounter somewhat your hub area. You get access to your first weapon type. you have ways to upgrade that weapon. You are encountering enemies. You are encountering different kinds of enemies that generally different weapon types do better or worse against. In both of these instances, I am able to identify when these different encounters are coming up, when roughly I can expect to see a new weapon type or a new enemy type or some other element of progression in the game. The art style, of course, is very different. Dead Space is much more realistic art style versus Okami being this much more stylized, painterly kind of style. I also thoroughly enjoyed Assassin's Creed. That's not an argument for like this kind of gameplay core and gameplay loop. It's more of just the art style comparison. Like for me, that the Dead Space art style, and I really liked the aesthetic of Dead Space. I thought the environment, the sci-fi elements, I thought they were really cool. I really enjoyed the different weapons. I enjoyed using the different weapon types. So that also goes into gameplay. I enjoyed the third-person shooter elements of it. I enjoyed being able to see what kind of different weapon upgrades there were. That's one of the reasons that I continued playing through it, because I wanted to, particularly the what was it? The saw blade weapon. That's one that I really liked using, and I liked being able, I liked shooting out a blade, and it would just sit there, and I would like move it around and cut up different enemies and everything. It's only French though. That's all right. If you could link that, I would be interested to check it out. Yeah, the Ripper. Yeah. Mystery knows. So the gameplay was something else that still compelled me and kept me interested. The music, I definitely am enjoying the music of Okami a whole lot better than Dead Space. But I think that is also an element of Dead Space was going more for that like suspenseful thriller, like horror kind of thing. No subtitles in English? I think is it a YouTube link? Yeah, you said it was a YouTuber, right? Because they have it's not perfect, but they have the like auto translate. But if it's not that great, then I will defer to your judgment. I do actually want to pull up a note though. Statistics of staying in a group or splitting up. Yeah, if I could spell statistics right, that would be good. Oh, divorce statistics. I understand why that would come up with my what I searched, but horror movie? Most people prefer to do so in the company of others. By 2-to-1, Americans say they prefer watching horror movies with other people rather than alone, 21%. That's not exactly what I'm looking for, but it'll remind me enough of what I am trying to look up later. Characters. I think that's probably an element of what what's the word I'm looking for? Like, the rift that grows between me and horror genre stuff is the characters in the story. That's probably that might be a more accurate what's the description of what it is that kind of, because the ones in horror movies are stupid. Yes, I very particularly hate it when the horror movie tropes that I was describing previously, those are something that in particular bother me so much. And that is like the character, the writing, etc. Really depends on the horror movie. Yes. And so I guess, like, to that point, I haven't found a horror movie or game or anything where I have felt that the characters are portrayed competently enough, or it is something that I can understand the thought process to go through in order to make certain decisions. There were parts where I understood Dead Space character guy's objective. Like, I understood some of his motivations and why he went to certain areas and did certain things and everything like that. But generally, it doesn't jive with me. In Silent Hill 2, James, that's the main character, I believe. I hate him. He is a moron. He is such an idiot. I do not understand where he is headspace-wise at all. I do understand that in some manner or way, he does have a troubled history. I get that. I don't want to discuss the spoilers in case there's some people listening in that don't fully know. It's a little bit late for that at this point of the game release, but whatever. Like, I get his history. I follow that. I don't. And this is probably just a difficulty of, like, me putting myself into someone else's shoes in that particular headspace. Maybe it's an issue of that. Maybe I can't see that through line or something. Maybe he's not the best example of who I should be trying to get behind or get into the headspace of or whatever. I don't know. That did just make me think of another element to this for me. What about Cry of Fear? I have no idea what that is. Cry of Fear survival game. There's some weird thumbnails. Psychological single-player and co-op horror game set in a deserted town filled with horrific creatures and nightmarish delusions. He plays a young man desperately searching for answers in a cold Scandinavian night, finding his way through the city as he slowly descends into ... What could he descend into? Oh, it's free to play. Let's pop on over there. What we got? Team Psy Scholar? Half-Life 2 mod? Oh, okay. Cool. Horror game based on the Half-Life 1 engine. Actually, Mystery, it's Half-Life 1 mod. Excuse you. Sorry. Wait, hold on. Sorry. I want my feet? Is that what that suitcase just said? Really popular back in the day. Lots of YouTubers played it. Oh, okay. Previously mod, now it's a game thanks to... Best single player of the year. Half-Life mod is terrifying. IGN. Added co-op? Oh, cool.
Yes. Yes, I do. I want to know just what in the fuck is going on here. Is it about that doctor guy in the gas mask? My God. There's a big fucking takeaway. Who's that?
Totally sick and ambitious and it'll make you shit diamonds for a week. Okay. My father Gregory, Half-Life has never been scarier than this mod. So this just made me laugh because this reminded me of Silent Hill 2, where it used to take like 10 minutes or whatever to row across the... Download it directly on Steam for free. Cryofear.com for more information. I'm interested. I am not against trying this out. One of the things that immediately comes to mind with this is that this doesn't really strikes me as horror the same way that Left 4 Dead kind of would be a horror game. Which I don't know if that's accurate or not. Let's pull up Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead. Is that zombie? Oh, it does. So yeah, like this feels, just from the trailer, I have no frame of reference for anything else related to this. That's more of what it gives me at this point. And I enjoy Left 4 Dead. I don't feel like that's a horror thing, but that's just more because for me, like, I don't feel any sort of sense of fear or like unsettledness or like on edge kind of sensation from that. Maybe my definition or my view of what horror is just a little skewed. Maybe I'm like, I don't want to say wrong, but maybe I just like have that off a bit. I don't know. I would be down to play this and see what my reaction to this would be, and see if maybe that changes anything. Maybe I could be a horror game enjoyer. Just got to be the right kind of game. Who knows? That was... No, losing... Yeah, that's... If that cost me anything more than $1, that would have been a very hard sell. But it being free is a massive, massive boon to me actually trying it out for sure. And this was a hilarious... Like, I find this to be a very enjoyable and entertaining, like, where this rabbit hole went. And I don't even, like, it wasn't even originally horror games. It was just a mention of, I think, the Silent Hill remake coming out, the Silent Hill 1 remake. And now we're here, which is just very funny to me. I completely forgot that that's where it all stemmed from. And so you'll not only dodge the enemy's incoming attacks, but your momentum will also allow you to strike back at your foe. Okay. I also wanted to see, was it Holy Eagle? What was the one that's... Holy Falcon. Evolved version of Holy Eagle. Jump, then press it again to jump higher. Holy Falcon causes attack power to accumulate. A power changes the jump into an aggressive and powerful attack. What does that mean? It accumulates. Amethyst tassels. Amber tassels. Jade tassels. What was more? Silver pocket watch. Very nice. Very nice indeed. And now I don't have any idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Because everywhere I go, it seems like, oh yeah, don't worry about that. We got places to be. I'm like, I thought this village is where I was supposed to be. What do you mean? Ugh. I think that's gonna be a quest for next time. I have some ideas of places and things to try, but I wasn't even oh my gosh, 52 hours? Look at us go. I wasn't even planning on going to 3 hours, to 2 hours today, let alone almost 2.5 at this point. Hold on, before we go, I forgot that owl up there. Alright, fine. Anyway, next stream should be on Sunday. 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. CEST start time as per usual. We will be playing some more Okami and probably yelling at me further for my choice in games or lack of experience in them, which is totally fine and understandable. I am interested to expand. That's one of the reasons, honestly, that I started streaming, was to learn more about games and other people's preferences, because I have my own bubbled, sheltered opinions about games that I have enjoyed and have played and experienced from my childhood and everything else. But being able to chat and hang out with a bunch more people, I enjoy getting to see a lot of other perspectives and hear about and learn about a bunch of other games that exist that I may not, I don't think I ever would have heard of Cry of Fear in my life. I might have seen it or heard of it before, but I couldn't, it's not something that registers to me because that was never something that I was like drawn to before. But now I'll probably give it a shot, which is cool. And one of the things that I really enjoy and appreciate out of streaming and hanging out with all of you wonderful, fun people. Speaking of, thank you to any and everyone who stopped by the stream today, whether you were here for just a little bit or hanging out with us the whole time, whether you were lurking or stopped by to chat. I appreciate you spending any amount of your day here with me. It is very cool of you to do so. There is nothing else for me to talk about right now, so thank you again very much, everyone. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.